Isn't it unusual that when a medical professional says, "Trust me, I'm a doctor," we trust them? But when a financial advisor says, "Trust me, I'll sort it out," we kind of go, tell me exactly what you're doing and talk me through the process. So we've got Warren Wilkinson in studio yet again to talk us through the financial planning process. What steps should be taken so that you can assure that your financial orders are, in fact, in order? Warren, tell us about
Mike,
the steps.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I think, gone are the days, Mike, where people are doing business on the back of cigarette boxes, where you come in and you give this advisor whom you've been referred to your entire life. He goes away, comes back, and in the very next interview, he's wanting to push all sorts of solutions and strategies your way. There's an international 6-step financial planning process that, as a CFP, we follow with our clients.
Just remind me, a CFP, a Certified Financial Planner.
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. And typically that process involves an initial exploratory conversation around the type of expectations that the client has in relation to the planner or the planning that they're looking for. Because there's certainly in some cases we find clients would come to us with a particular unique need that would not warrant financial planning. So, I wouldn't want to go and spend 3-4 hours preparing a solution that is not linked to the client's needs and objectives. So the first meeting is really just to establish some form of a relationship. Can you take advice from me, and can I help you?
And establishing trust, I imagine, because you are going to be dealing with some things that are really close to your heart.
Absolutely, and I think that process, the process we take the clients through, each step is there to underpin the value proposition that relationship or that a professional is bringing to the table, which will enhance that relationship going forward, because it fosters trust and mutual respect, etc.
Sure.
Yeah. So the first one is just having an exploratory meeting to discuss the relationship. What are the expectations? What is the client looking for? And can I help? So that's point number one.
Hug. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next step.
The next one is having a second meeting to be able to gather the relevant information pertaining to the client's estate. There may be a current will which you may or may not be able to find.
Before you even go there, let me just talk about estate. Now, when you talk about estate, I think most of us think about a big house somewhere or some sort of farmyard that belongs to us. But an estate refers to what? A person's entire financial standing? Or?
Absolutely, yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. So you're looking at bringing an assets and liabilities register, a typical balance sheet, bringing all the debt that you carry with you, whatever type of businesses you hold, and bringing all of that to the party, and all the policies and investments that you do have, you bring that all together so that I'll be able to take that information to go into the third step, which is actually going away to analyze that information and to prepare some solutions for action.
Okay. So we've had our first 2 meetings. We're on to step 4. This is like going to, the final base, which is not a great thing to say from a guy in a purple striped shirt. So we're on to step 4 now. You establish credibility and trust. You've got all my information. Now you come back to me with what? Yeah,
I come back with a solution based on your needs, your priorities, and your current financial situation. The picture, the snapshot that we've taken, and the issues that we've discussed around your priorities, your needs, your goals. I come back with a strategy that I then present to you on what would be the potential solutions that we could use to either reduce your tax, get your money to grow faster, make sure that you're protected from insolvency law, and make sure that you can ensure generational wealth creation. And so that then it becomes the actual presentation for the solutions.
Now, how flexible are you? You presented that to me. It sounds good, but I don't want to spend too much in that area. I want to spend a little more here. I'm feeling a bit nervous about that.
Yes.
How flexible is that?
Well,
or is that steps 5 and 6?
It's client-driven. Client-driven. So, in the last meeting is actually putting those strategies that we discuss into some form of an action plan. And some of the strategies will deal with partially or later or in totality based on the client's cash flow, because you may not be able to afford the complete solution. So we downscale it to suit the client's needs and make sure that you don't overcommit yourself to a financial planning strategy that in 3 months' time you're going to feel overbearing. That's going to make you feel sort of overbearing.
Oversold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I've counted 5 steps now. What's the final step?
The last step is the continuous monitoring of your portfolio. And that's where a lot of the advice has fallen off the bus, and I'm talking about advice givers have fallen off the bus in the past, is nobody's actually gone back to tell you what your endowment returns are and why they are what they are. and again, linking it to the expectations. So the continuous monitoring, the Phase Act requires us to meet at least once a year. Some clients want to see me quarterly because they've got significant investment portfolios. Quarterly, 6 monthly, some clients want to see you monthly, but at least once a year to be able to review that portfolio because circumstances change, your needs change, you move from having single married to having 3 kids or triplets or whatever it is, and life changes. And your portfolio should be flexible enough and will be flexible enough to deal with those changes as you get to that various life stages in your life.
Right. Warren, as always, thank you for the frank and candid advice.
It's only a pleasure.
Now you know how it should be done, and if it's not happening that way, find yourself a qualified CFP that will do it the right way.